Hey, you, let's talk about Avril Lavigne.
Tea time with me, Liesl.
Today I'm drinking Twinnings Irish Breakfast. I feel like our free spirit lends itself to Irish breakfast. So we are drinking Irish breakfast today. I also think I'm gonna be nibbling on these little chili lime chips from Trader Joe's. Not that it goes super well, but I want to eat them. Let's start from the beginning. Avril's origin story. She grew up singing in her church, and her parents really encouraged her. They bought her all of these different instruments. She plays the guitar, she plays the drums, she sings, she probably plays other instruments that I'm forgetting. She would get in trouble in school a lot, and she would spend all of her time grounded, writing songs and practicing them in her basement. She moved to New York when she was 15. So she's in New York, she's 15. The head honcho man of Arista Records is gonna come over and hear her sing. He's in a really bad mood. He's like, well, yeah, whatever, yeah, it. I'll go hear this chick sing. So she sings some song. The MTV music thing didn't tell me which song, but she sings for him, and he's like, okay, this girl's great. He signs a 2-record deal for her on the spot. As a teenager, she was able to create and maintain her own aesthetic and brand. There was this whole bit in the MTV, not MTV Cribs, that's my instinct to say that, in the thing where she was basically like, hey, I want to write my own stuff. I don't want other people writing my music. That doesn't feel true to me. I don't want to wear other things that you tell me to wear. I want to wear my clothes and dress the way I dress and do my own friggin' thing. So she leaves New York, moves to LA so that she can have more creative freedom. Let Go, her first album, it's written by her, and her music is all written by her. And not only did she write music for herself, but I found this out. So my dear roommate Lauren sent me this info. She also wrote Breakaway, I think it was Breakaway, which is a song Kelly Clarkson's sung, and then it ended up being the title of Kelly Clarkson's album, even though Kelly Clarkson writes her music too. But and then it was a whole thing. So Avril writes her own stuff. She writes her own music. She wrote Girlfriend. She wrote Skater Boy. We all love Skater Boy. Who doesn't love Skater Boy? Come on! As a woman who has found herself in the music industry, I just want you all to understand how badass it is that a teenage girl was able to maintain her own creative liberty and freedom and aesthetic in rooms full of old men, old record executives, because it is such a male-dominated industry. Not only is it just, it's such a white male-dominated industry, and she was able to do her own thing and have her voice be heard and make her own path. One of the first interviews they did about oh, whoa, here's Avril, she's crazy, great. The guy who signed her, the interviewer was like, if it was left up to you, what would you have done with Avril's image? And he was like, I probably would have had her in little dresses and more sparkly and frilly and more skimpy and less I wanted to see, more skin, blah, 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 whatever, sexualizing a teenager. And she was like, how do you feel about the fact that didn't happen? He's like, I would have f***ed it up. I would have f***ed it up if I had tried to force what I thought my image should have been on her. She was titled the anti-Britney at the time. People were like, you're this girl's tomboy, anti-Britney. Blech. And Avril's like, I don't want to be the anti-Britney. I'm not trying to be the anti-Britney. Let's support women. Women support women. She continues that she and Taylor Swift are cool. Taylor Swift sent her flowers on her new album, and they're yeah, let's ladies supporting ladies. There is space for everybody, and you don't have to be an anti-whoosy whatsy to be you. Also, on the topic of Avril Lavigne and Taylor Swift, you have got to go back and watch the Girlfriend music video. I have no proof that this is true, but I would bet at least $10 that Taylor Swift's video, You Belong With Me, is inspired, heavily influenced at the very least, by Avril Lavigne's music video for Girlfriend. Avril plays the girlfriend and the girl who's trying to steal the girlfriend, and Taylor Swift does the same thing, where she's like the mean girl and the girl. I swear, like, there's gotta be something there. Avril Lavigne was also her own health advocate when she, like, in getting her diagnosis for Lyme disease. Like, people were like, "No, you're just sick, like, keep doing the tour." And she was like, "No, something's actually really wrong here," and like advocated for herself. Perhaps one of the funnier things about Avril Lavigne that I just think is like, you know, I can't not mention it. People think that Avril Lavigne died and was swapped out with a clone, or like wanted to not be. It was like she didn't like being in the limelight, so then she had a clone to like do her professional appearances, to make her appearances for her. The clone's apparently called Melissa. I have 2 different Spotify playlists dedicated to Avril Lavigne. I have my Avril Lavigne playlist. It's pretty good fun, I think. And then I also have my Angsty Sad Avril playlist. If you have not scream sung Avril Lavigne in the car, I think you're really missing out on one of life's greatest pleasures and joys. What a gal. What a lady. Oh my god, I almost forgot! This is one of my favorite Avril Lavigne facts. When she was singing the song, which song was it? I don't have to try, that's which song it is. When she was recording I Don't Have to Try, so there's this one line where she says, "I will drink as much limoncello as I can, haha, blah blah blah, I'll do what I want." She was drunk on limoncello when she recorded that song, and that take is on the album. And like in the interview she's like, "Yeah, you can totally hear me slurring my words, blah blah blah." But she's such a good singer, like she sounds so good that you can't tell. You can't tell to record a song drunk one time and have that be on it. That's just, what a gal, what a lady. Yeah, Avril Lavigne, you are the best damn thing. This is from Slate. The bear gave birth to a duck. Is Duolingo a waste of time? Now, I can only assume that the bear gave birth to a duck is a dumb Duolingo sentence. Is Duolingo a waste of time? I don't think so. I think working on your language skills is always good. From Popular Mechanics, a mysterious light has been blinking in space every 21 minutes for 35 years. What is it? I think, you know how some people have those fire alarms in their houses that just like go off every minute and a half, and it's like beep, but like they've had the alarms going off like that for so long they can't hear it anymore. I think it's an alien fire alarm that's just still blinking. This one's a quote, in fairness, it's not an actual headline. You could drop a tarantula down his shorts and he'd still be super cool. How Lionel Messi became the greatest soccer player in the world. From the Miami Herald. Like, let's drop a tarantula down his pants and he'd be cool? Okay. This is from Apple News and Curbed. He wanted to expand his pancake empire and started a war. So he's got like these Civil War reenactors, not Civil War, Revolutionary War, like reenactors on the other side of this thing. Okay, here's what I'm making up. This guy started a rivalry with IHOP where it's a pancake restaurant that's open 24/7, but all the waiters are Revolutionary War reenactors, and he called it Revolutionary War Hop. From Apple News. Disney's Snow White remake? Sorry, that was a question. Disney's Snow White remake Call it snow woke, says German tabloid. Why is Apple News reporting on the fact that a German tabloid called a American Snow White remake? Well, you know, who's to say? USA Today. 10 Disney souvenirs that are big on memories, easy on your wallet. I'm thinking that the souvenirs that are easy on your wallet and big on memories are just all of the pictures of like going down the rides. It's just, you just buy 10 rides where you're like, you know, with the picture, with the thing. Tech report from Apple News. You can Airbnb your car, but should you? New apps are luring small-time entrepreneurs, but letting strangers drive comes with risks and headaches. Also, they are misusing M-dashes in these headlines, I must say. Are these people Airbnb, like letting people sleep in their cars? But how would you, are you always parking in the same place? Or is it like a mobile thing? But I think it sounds more likely that people are renting their cars out through Airbnb instead of actual rental cars, which just feels a little weird. So, the news, out of context. My favorite is the pancake one. And my parting thought for you, make sure when you brew your Irish breakfast in your brown Betty that you warm the pot first. Yes, pour some boiling water in your pot before you add the tea, and then use it to dump that hot water in the sink as you boil more. Clean the sink a little bit, and then steep it for 3 minutes. Pour it and use your cow creamer if you like cream in your tea. I do. Yes. Anyway, if you enjoyed tea with me, join me again next time I have tea. I'll talk about something else. Cheerio and tip tip and all that jazz.